Oh my God. Whoa! Oh my God, just so much relief. I'm so emotional right now. I cannot believe what I just witnessed in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ravens flock, what's going on with you guys? Can anybody make sense of what this game was? AFC North matchup, you got the Ravens, you got the Browns in M&T Bank Stadium, and it just went crazy. There's so much you can say about this game, but I just don't know where to start. Well, there's one thing I can say. The Ravens got the 16-10 victory over the Cleveland Browns. They move up to 8-3 on the season, and now they currently hold the number 1 seed in the AFC. Can you believe that? The Ravens team, that's one of the most, if not the most injured team in the league, is currently sitting at the number 1 seed in the AFC with an 8-3 record. Make it make sense. They're number 1 in the AFC and number 1 in their division. How is that possible? Well, it's because the Ravens continue to find ways to win games. The resiliency of this team is spectacular. They are resilient. In a game like this, where everything was chaotic, somehow the Ravens got it done. Now, how did they get it done? One thing helped them get it done. The defense. My God, the defense showed up today. This was the Ravens defense we wanted to see all season. This was the same Ravens defense that showed up against the Chargers and shut down Justin Herbert. They did the same thing here with Baker. They shut him down. They couldn't really move the ball. Yeah, we gave up a couple, 1 or 2 big plays. Landry was left open downfield. Gave up a couple of big plays here and there. But ultimately, they shut down the Browns offense. And they didn't really let Baker do anything. Not only that, what was even more impressive was the fact that they shut down the run game. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt did not go off on us. The Ravens defense they were on point. The Ravens defense was on point from start to finish. They did their job. Wow. I'm so impressed. This pass rush, my God, this pass rush showed up today. They're starting to get consistent, and I like that. This dude, Odafe Owe, oh my God, Odafe Owe. I will always stand by this. I am 100% happy that the Ravens gave up Orlando Brown Jr. to get that first-round pick from the Chiefs. I don't care how bad our offensive line is. I'm glad they gave up Orlando Brown so that we could draft this man, Odafe Owe, because he is a beast. He's a beast. This is the guy we need. This guy's going to be here for years to come making great plays. A sack, a strip fumble, and a recovery. I mean, this guy was all over the field. But it wasn't just him. Justin Houston, he was also going all over the field, making plays as well. And of course, you got to remember that man, Tyus Bowser, also making plays here on the defense. In fact, he ended up making a stop on 4th down to help seal this game. But we'll get to that. Pass rush did their job. Secondary didn't do too bad. They made mistakes, a couple mistakes here and there, but they didn't do too bad. So I liked what I saw from the secondary. They did their job too. Fantastic. This defense held up, was strong, was physical, made stops, and ultimately helped us win this game. And that's why they're not even a player. They're the squad of the game, man. They are the squad of the game. That whole defense showed up when we needed them to in a crucial situation, and they balled out. Kudos to the defense. And kudos to Wink Martindale. He called a good game plan here for the defense, and Wink's plays weren't able to work out. These coverages were working out. It was definitely confusing Baker Mayfield at times. They were getting to him. They were putting a lot of pressure on Baker. It was unfortunate for them because Baker at times, he would hit, he was making some nice throws, but all of a sudden the receiver wouldn't make the catch. Jarvis is dropping here. Hooper dropping here. It's unfortunate, man. Their receivers just couldn't catch the football, and ultimately that is going to cost them because if your receivers can't catch the ball, how can you make plays and move up the field? So it's unfortunate, but Ravens defense shut these guys down, and I love it. That's the Ravens defense I want to see every week moving forward. My God, kudos to these guys. Switching to the offense. I will say this, though. If there was any positive from the offense, it was the running game. And, of course, Lamar Jackson had to lead all runners. I believe he had 62 yards rushing. And, Devontae Freeman was right behind him with, I believe, around 56. So, Lamar had to kickstart the run game, and then Devontae Freeman followed right after him. Latavius Murray had 1 or 2 good carries, but other than that, he didn't really do much in this game. But overall, the run game helped us seal this one and, helped keep moving the chain. So the run game was pretty good in this game. Not the best, not the style the Ravens are used to or accustomed to, but it was still pretty good. So kudos to the run game. Other than that, we got some serious issues. Now, I'm not going to blame the receivers for a lot of stuff that happened. I'm not going to completely blame them. Bateman and Andrews got to be held accountable for some of those points. But, Bateman's a rookie. I can let it slide. Andrews probably could have fought for that situation. The play's coming up, but Andrews could have fought for that. He could have fought for that, but he didn't. But I don't really blame Bateman. I don't really hold Bateman accountable. I'm not going to say I can't blame him because he did cause that issue to happen. So I'm not going to hold him too much accountable. He's a rookie. Andrews, you got to fight for the ball better, man. But other than that, the receivers weren't exactly terrible in this game. It's just they didn't have a lot of opportunities, which was unfortunate. However, we got to talk with the main issues tonight. 3. Number one, this offensive line continues to perform poorly. They can't protect Lamar Jackson worth a damn, and because of that, every week people are blitzing. They know this offensive line can't block. They're going to keep blitzing. They're going to keep sending pressure because you can't hold us. At some point, this offensive line has got to step up. You can't get anything going downfield if you don't step up in the block. Please block. Please. I'm begging you to block. Do your job. Is it so hard? Do your job. Please. Oh my God. This offensive line, every week, it's the same thing with them. Lack of protection, not really blocking that well. It's a problem, man. They show moments of great blocking and flashes of consistency, but it's not consistent enough. They gotta get better, man. Something's gotta change. If you have any chance to make a run in the postseason, this offensive line needs to protect Lamar. Otherwise, we ain't got a shot at going anywhere in the postseason. So this O-line needs to step up. And you're going to have to, because it's only going to get harder from here. Of course, you still got to deal with Pittsburgh next week. And then you got to deal with Cleveland the following week afterwards in Cleveland. Still got to deal with the Packers. Still got to deal with the Rams defensive line. It's not going to get easier. Cincinnati's still coming up too. It's not going to get easier. This offensive line needs to block. I am so disgusted with how they have performed so far this season and how they continue to perform. Of course, there's some leniency, injuries. And I understand. Injuries have definitely played a key role. But for the guys that are out there, you're going to have to step it up. That's all I'm asking for. Because if you don't step it up, Lamar has no chance. So that was one person we needed to talk about. The second person that needs to be talked about, Greg Roman. Once again, his play calling was just far too inconsistent for anybody to even praise. I said it on the stream, and I'm going to say it here. Greg Roman isn't really the one to blame for this loss. This loss, what am I talking about? I'm losing myself. He's not the one to blame for how poor this offense has executed. Oh my God, I said loss on... I don't even know where I am right now. The Ravens got me thinking we lost, but we won. This offense, because, listen, if you would have actually watched this game and see how poorly this offense performed, you would think we lost the game. But that's how great the defense was. Okay, let me get back on track. But Greg Roman isn't really the one to blame for the offensive line's lack of protection. So the O-line being poor and Lamar's performance tonight, I can't blame that on Greg Roman. However, I can hold him accountable for his poor play calling and the lack of adjustments in some moments. I'll give him credit. They did switch to that run game, but they always do that towards the end of the game. When they have an opportunity to close it out, they always switch towards that. So that's not really a surprise there. But again, his play calling is far too inconsistent for my liking. And I said it in the live stream, so I'm going to say it here. Somebody needs to go. Like Harbaugh, I need that old Harbaugh from his first 5 years as a coach here. Somebody needs to be made an example of, okay? Because something's got to change. This offense can't keep playing like this. You're not going to assume your defense is going to bail you out every week. This offense can't keep playing like this. It's unacceptable. You cannot have this much talent and not be able to utilize it. This is the most talented receiving core we've had in a long time, and we're not utilizing them. Something has to change. And in order to make that change, I got to see Harbaugh get aggressive, put his foot down, and make a play that's going to change the scope of this season. And I feel that firing Greg Roman could be that situation. Now, of course, I'm not saying you got to go out and find another offensive coordinator. T. Martin's right here. He has experience as an offensive coordinator, and he's done well in helping improve this pass game. Have him come in and be the offensive coordinator. He just takes over. He's already the passing coordinator. Just have him take over. I just cannot believe. Look, I'm stuttering now. This team has me a mess right now because my mind is just, it's just in 10 different pieces right now because of what I witnessed. I was so frustrated. Then I was just shocked. I was ecstatic. I went through all the emotions with this team tonight. But yeah, somebody has to go, and I think that got to be Greg Roman. That is a way we could potentially shock this offense, send a jolt, send a message to wake them up. It's similar to what we did in our Super Bowl year. Harbaugh fired Cam Cameron and, put Jim Caldwell as the offensive coordinator. He saw that a change needed to be made in order to fix some of the issues we were seeing on this offense, in order to jumpstart them. And by doing that, over time, it worked. I think the same thing can happen here if the Ravens offense continues to play like this. So Greg Roman may have to go. However, even though I'm saying this, I doubt Harbaugh's going to do that. Harbaugh's kind of softened up over the last several years. He's not that aggressive guy we saw in the first 5 years. So Greg Roman's probably not going to get fired. And we'll just keep trucking the same way we've done every week because that's just how we do things now with the Ravens. It is what it is. But yeah, Greg Roman is play calling inconsistent tonight. Didn't like it. And of course, the third and final piece I got to talk about here. Lamar Jackson. It's not easy. It's not easy to criticize your quarterback when you are a supporter of him. When it's a quarterback you don't like and a quarterback you don't want on your team, but you have to root for him because he is the quarterback for your team, it's easy to criticize him. But when this is a quarterback that you love, a quarterback that you see can help your team win a Super Bowl, and a quarterback you have all the faith and believe in, when you got to criticize that guy, it's difficult. And a lot of the fan base does not like to criticize Lamar when he plays bad because he's already getting heat left and right from the media. Any Lamar criticism immediately turns into a whole internet war where tons of Ravens fans come in and start blasting anybody that says something wrong about Lamar. And it's tough. It's tough. Me as a Ravens fan, it's tough to be in that situation. I've had several people do the same thing whenever I would criticize Lamar for things that he was responsible for, and they'd be like, no, well, this guy would have done this and this guy would have done that. Then yeah. So it's very tough to do that, but I'm going to have to do that here. Lamar Jackson, for the majority of this game, was awful throwing the football. He was garbage throwing the football. And the best part about it is Lamar himself will tell you he was awful throwing the football. In fact, during his interview after the game, the post-game interview he said he got to tighten up. He knows he didn't perform well. He's got to do better moving forward. He's got to tighten up. That's just the type of guy Lamar is. When he plays like trash, he'll be the first to say, I played like trash. I got to tighten up. I got to get better. So that's what I love about Lamar. So even if someone criticizes him, he's going to be fine. He'll be the first person to criticize himself, and then he'll get it together. That's just Lamar's nature. But I'm sorry, got to be honest, Lamar for a majority of this game was terrible. A lot of his throws were not on target. Now, the first pick, that went to Bateman. Bateman couldn't hold on to the ball. It gets tipped in the air, and it gets picked off. That's not Lamar's fault. Second one, he throws that over the middle, and it gets picked off. He got to throw it towards the defender. It's a good play by the defense, but still, that's not a throw he's got to make. The third one, he was going to Andrews, and it gets picked off. The defender's right in that vicinity. Now, Lamar reads that play good, and he goes to the right. He makes the right progression and gets the right person in Andrews. But the defender's right there, and apparently he does not see him. He's like completely lurking over there, and he doesn't see him, so he throws that ball. Not only does he throw that ball, it's not a good throw. He threw it more towards the inside in the middle, and it just went right to the defender, and it was picked off again. So Lamar was very inaccurate in this game. A lot of throws he had were off target, but at the same time, Lamar himself made some plays. Now, the fourth interception, he was going deep to Andrews, and this is one Andrews could have fought for, but for some reason he didn't. Like, he could have fought for that better or just knocked it down. If he would have fought for that a little bit better or knocked it down, he probably could have got PI. But he didn't fight for it that much, and he tried to catch it, but somehow when he tried to catch it, it ended up on the defender's, waist, and he ended up picking it off, and that's how that happened. So, like, if you look at it, most of the picks that happened with Lamar tonight were just great plays by the defense. But at the same time, the decision in some of those picks were bad. Not to mention, Lamar had some throws he could have made that he just flat out missed. So, Lamar was awful for much of this game. But he also was electric for a good chunk of this game, made some plays with his legs, and of course, the throw and the catch of the game. Well, not only this was the catch of the season, maybe. It's going to be the catch of the week, no question. But Lamar was on third down. He's just rolling to his right, and he just throws it. With the defender right there, he just throws it, heaves it downfield to Mark Andrews, who somehow catches the ball with one hand with the defender on him. He catches the ball with one hand with the defender on him, and it's a big play. Next thing you know, it's third down and long. He starts scrambling. He's got both Clowney and Garrett coming after him. He just has to make a play. He manages to throw the ball just before Garrett can knock it down, and he hits Mark Andrews in the end zone for a touchdown. Electric play, great play. Only Lamar Jackson can make a play like that. So Lamar Jackson had plenty of great plays in this game, especially towards the second half. He made some great plays, but he still played awful for a good chunk of this game, especially that first half. That second quarter in general was the worst second quarter Lamar had in his career. You can take that, and then you could probably take, the second quarter against the Steelers during his MVP season. Because it was rough, man. 4 interceptions on the day was rough for Lamar. He did not look great. So he himself knows he's got to step it up. He cannot be throwing those picks. He cannot be turning the ball over too much because you can't expect your defense to bail you out every single week. So he's got to step it up. The offensive line's got to step it up. The play calling's got to improve. If it doesn't, Greg Roman's got to go. We got to send a message that we are really fighting to really win the Super Bowl and, not win, but really get to and win the Super Bowl. We're fighting for a playoff push, and we're hopeful that we can get into the playoffs and go on a run. If you want to do that, something's going to have to change with this offense. Either improvements need to be made or somebody needs to be made an example, so a change may have to happen. Figure it out. But yeah, overall, this game was crazy. Baker had some good throws here and there. Unfortunately, his guys couldn't catch the football. I wouldn't really blame that on him, though I don't know how the Browns fans are going to feel about this because your defense gives you 4 turnovers and you do nothing with that, and you end up losing the game. They're going to be having some serious questions about Baker, but it is what it is. And the crazy part is, I think teams were, 0-52? They were like, it was like 0-50. It was a 0 and a big number in terms of records, like 0-52 or 0-56 when a quarterback throws 4 interceptions in one game. We now become that team that makes it 1. I think the last time a quarterback won when he also threw 4 picks was around 2014, but yeah, it's crazy. But the Ravens managed to get the win, man. And Cleveland, they're going to have to figure out their own situation. Best thing that happens for Cleveland now is they lost this game here at Baltimore. They're going into a bye week. And then they host the Ravens in Cleveland the following week. Baltimore, however, celebrates this win, practice, get ready to pack up, head over to Heinz Field to take on another divisional rival in the Steelers. After that, head back home and then head to Cleveland. So it's just nonstop for the Ravens. It's nonstop action. If they can really win these games, honestly, you could look at the Ravens and say they don't play the best of football, but honestly, you wouldn't want to face off against them because you just don't know what you're going to get. But yeah, Ravens managed to get the win. Cleveland's going to go on their bye week and figure some things out, and we'll just see what happens moving forward. Shout out to the defense once again. Offense, get it together, man, because if you keep playing like this, your Super Bowl hopes are going to fall down the drain because you will fail in the postseason once again. You got to get it together. But with that being said, that is all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace. Go Ravens!